Going back to 1 Timothy 6. And we read this passage about pursuing faith. If I can find my placer. Verse 11. But you, man of God, flee from all this and pursue righteousness, godliness, faith, and love. What does it mean to pursue faith? Okay? You're making a decision that you're going to seek it out. You're going to you're going to realize that these things, these godliness and faith and love and endurance and gentleness are the most important things. And we're going to make an effort to seek those out. Even if we have to suffer in this life, it's better to suffer. Yes? Mm-hmm. That's a common theme throughout all this discussion of faith, is that we have to have the correct teaching. We have to stay in the Word, and that's going to help our faith grow. Yes? That's a great illustration, as like an athlete trains and works and buffets his body and to get into shape. If we want to have a strong faith and a growing faith, we have to work at it. We have to make an effort. Yes, Ernie? That's right. Study is one of the main ingredients of our training to have a strong faith. Let's look at another contrast. This is similar. We're already in 1 Timothy 6, so let's look at another verse in that same chapter. Look at verse 10 of 1 Timothy chapter 6. For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. Some people eager for money have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs. So here we have the image of someone wandering from the faith. Contrast that with, now keep your finger in this passage, but turn over to 1 Corinthians 16. 1 Corinthians chapter 16. And we're going to look at verse 13. Be on your guard, stand firm in the faith, be men of courage, be strong. So here we have a contrast of someone wandering from the faith and someone standing firm in the faith. How is wandering from the faith different than turning away from the faith? Is there a difference? Turn back over here to 1 Timothy 6. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I see it that way too. If you turn from the faith, you're making a conscious decision. I don't want to be persecuted. I don't want to suffer. I'm going to turn away from this faith. But if you're wandering from the faith, that can happen without even really being conscious of it, can it? And in this passage in 1 Timothy 6, what's causing these people to wander from the faith? Okay, the love of money. Now, why do people love money? What? Okay, power. What else? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, we've had it mentioned power. Money is power. Money gives you status. What else does money give you? Logan? Security. Well, those are good things. And I don't think God is against us wanting to work for getting food on the table, your necessities. The Bible teaches that that's okay. Okay. You still haven't mentioned the one I'm trying to get to. What's another thing that money gives you? What? Okay, influence. That's kind of close to status. Why do people want to win the lottery? They want stuff. They want pleasure. They want to go on cruises. They want to eat the best food. I think the love of money boils down to seeking pleasure and the... Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes people with a lot of money think they don't need God, don't they? Well, all of these things are a distraction. Yes. Security. Yeah. Which, which you can take that to an extreme, and it's an unhealthy thing, wanting too much security, but God does want us to have the necessities. Yes. Okay. I think if you love money, you're seeking pleasure, you're seeking the good things in this life, you're seeking status, you're seeking all of these things that don't matter. And I think that takes your eyes off of the goal. And that's why which you mentioned earlier, Ben. And if your eye is off the goal, you start going in the wrong direction. You Right, you're putting your affections in the wrong place. So you're wandering away. You're not making a conscious decision, but these things are interfering with what's really important. Yes. Yes, Beth. Okay. Beth's saying that this seeking of security is not trusting in God, but you're trusting in money. And it's interesting that that's one of the places where Jesus says, "O ye of little faith," when he's saying, "Don't you know that God takes care of the flowers and the birds? O ye of little faith." You're not trusting God, Bob. Yeah, what we consider the good things of life sometimes aren't really the good things of life. The world has a whole different view of what's good. Well, so let's contrast that with this wandering from the faith. Let's contrast that with standing firm in the faith. Go back to 1 Corinthians 16. And let's read that verse again. 1 Corinthians 16:13. Be on your guard, stand firm in the faith, be men of courage and be strong. So how do we stand firm in the faith? Out of this verse, I think that first phrase has something to do with it. Yeah. Be watchful, be on your guard. I think that's a contrast to the wandering. I think people are taken away from Christ without even realizing it. In the military, why is it a serious offense for a guard to fall asleep? I think in some situations people have been shot for falling asleep while they're on guard. That probably doesn't happen now, but you'd probably be in serious trouble. And why is that? Did you do that? Brother Lloyd had that experience. Lose your rank. So that actually happened to you. Okay, and why is it so important? Okay? And what is he? Okay. 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 So going back to this military, you said that he's guarding against danger, especially in a time of war. There's danger surrounding an army, isn't there? What is the enemy trying to do? They're trying in any way they can to destroy you. And one of the best ways to destroy your enemy is to sneak up on them in the night when they can't defend themselves. So going back to this, when Paul says, be on your guard, there are things that Satan is doing that sneak up on us, that pull us away from the faith. And if we're going to stand firm in the faith, one of the things we have to do is make sure that we're on our guard against these attacks by Satan. Well, we're out of time, so we'll start there next week.